Give everybody a few more minutes to trickle on in here before we go ahead and get this thing started. I just had to let him know, so I had to sing it. You know, and the way you walk and the way you talk and the way you do that. You remind me that you do, of the way you dress and the way you dance and you really like to spend. You remind me that how far you run? And I don't know if you guys have been seeing, but it's been cooking out here in Vegas. My goodness. It's been like 115, 116. It's been wild out here lately. Let me see here. 3 miles, train for a 5K. That's what's up. Where are you gonna do your 5K at? Somebody invited me to do a 5K down in San Diego coming up in like October or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna try to see if I can make it if I'm in the States. When I was in the military, they used to have us do 5Ks all the time. I used to hate that shit. I never really was a fan of running, but I be running all the time now. I run more now out of the military than I did when I was in the military. It's crazy. What's the weather been looking like out there in Delaware? Come to San Diego? Yeah, I'm thinking about coming out there this weekend maybe. I might come down and do a few things. I like that I like the farmers market that they do down there by the beach on weekends. I don't know if that's something they do every weekend, but one time I happened to be down there and they had that farmers market going on. It was pretty dope. It was kind of small, but it was still pretty cool. They had like a few good food spots and then like a couple of unique little things that people were selling. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I like San Diego a lot. That's one of my favorite spots, one of my favorite cities in the States. Mid 80s, that's not bad. We're about 30 degrees hotter than that out here. Shoot, almost 40. Little Italy market, is that what they call it? Are there any other good farmers market down there in San Diego? Let me know where the good ones are at, because next time I come in town, I want to try to hit one. One of the best kept secret farmer market that I've ever been to was in Salt Lake City. Randomly, they do a really big one out there. It's really dope. It's like right downtown. There's like this big park area, and they must have probably like, man, I don't even know, like 50 plus different vendors that they have. Yeah, I'll be running outside, so I'll try to get my runs in the morning. So usually like around 6 or 7, if I do go for like a morning run or something like that, I'll do like a 6 or a 7 o'clock before it starts to get cooking out here. Because if you wait till like 8, 9 o'clock or anything like that in Vegas, yeah, good night, you can forget it. What's up, Justin? Justin, where you at? Idaho Falls? Okay. Yeah, I'll do a class for Idaho. The market is still getting crazy out near like Boise and stuff like that. One of my realtors, she's out there in that area. And the market is still going pretty nuts out there. One of the markets that's still kind of hot because it's still growing so much. You got to figure everybody that's in California and Seattle are migrating to that area, because you figure if you have a house, you know, if you bought your house in Cali or Seattle in like the 90s or early 2000s, and then if you're selling it now, you're going to be up at least 500,000 plus. So what they're doing is they're selling their homes out there, taking it out to Idaho, buying a house for 200, 300, 400, 500,000, and then they're pretty much just retiring, you know, have a few $100,000 left over or whatever the case may be. I know a lot of people that do it. I met this girl, she had bought a condo. It was a condo in San Jose that she had got for like 70,000. When the market ran up, she ended up selling it for like 600 something thousand. After all her fees and everything, she had like, I don't know, 400 and some change left over. And then she went and bought a house in Idaho in the outskirts of Boise for like 275,000, and it left her with a good amount of money. She started to have like a part-time job, but then she just started traveling and doing stuff. I'm curious if she ever ran out of money or not, because that's all she did was travel. So, I mean, she had a good amount of money, but a few $100,000 ain't nothing that you can really retire on. So we'll see. If you're available Sunday afternoon, we'll take you on a boat ride. Okay, cool. I'll hit you up. Let me take a screenshot of this real quick. I'll hit you up on IG. I love coming down to San Diego. That's one of me and Chris's favorite spots to go to. We're always out there. So next time he's in town, I'll try to get him to come with me, and we'll have to hit you up and come check out the boat. Yeah, bro, looked at a duplex. They want 350,000, needed 50K in repairs, and would be worth 350. Yeah, that is wild. Cool. All right, dope. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and do this giveaway real quick, and then you know, we'll sidebar on the side. We'll talk a little bit of real estate, or really whatever you guys want to talk about. I just happened to look at something. So if you guys are curious about real estate, I want to show you guys something crazy that I found. If any of you guys are in the New York area, this might be something up your guys' alley. So let's do this giveaway to give away some money, and then we can talk fun and talk whatever else you guys feel like talking about. So let me bring up the random wheel. And if you guys haven't got me your name, like I said, all you got to do is just send me a DM, send me your, you know, your Well Squad, whether it be a success story, just your experience within the Well Squad, you know, whether if you've been in for a couple days, couple years, doesn't really matter. Just tell me whatever your experience is, and then that's all you need to get entered. If you get selected, then all I ask is you come on like IG live with me, or you could even come on here if you don't have IG and just kind of talk your experience. You don't have to make anything up. You don't have to lie. Like I said, if you hate it, then I guess you hate it. And if you love it, you love it. Or if you're kind of somewhere in between, then that's fine. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. So I just like giving back to you guys any way I can. Let me share my screen. Give me 1 second here. Get this wheel going. All right, so I like to just do it random. So let's give it a spin and see who our Well Squad member of the week is for this week. Jay the Great, are you up in here right now? Congratulations to this Well Squad member, Jay the Great. Reach out to me so I can get you paid. I'll get you whatever you pay. I know everybody pays a little something different every month. So let me go ahead and remove his name so he's not in there again. But Jay the Great, congratulations to you. If you're in here, like I said, shoot me a message. If not, I'll reach out to you and make sure I get you your money. So kind of before we dive into like a little bit of real estate stuff, so I kind of just wanted to open up a Q&A. I'm going to reach out to my guy, Paul. I don't know if he's in this class again. He tapped in the class last time. I'm going to see if he wants to come back on and kind of give an update. He's a really great wholesaler. He actually touches on so many aspects of real estate. He's over there in the Midwest. He does a lot within real estate. He did some really great classes for us back in the day. So if you guys want to go back, check those out. I'll kind of have him come back on. Kind of my thing is I want to bring back some of the people that I've already had on, just so they can kind of talk about where they're at right now in the real estate world, because the real estate world is changing, right? It's way different than what it was 6 months ago, a year ago, a couple years ago. So it's going to be good to bring some of those real estate veterans on that have a lot of experience, and just so you guys can see kind of what they got going on, how their market is looking and things like that. So kind of before I show you guys this little deal that I found, does anybody have any questions at all real estate related? Is there anything you want me to kind of hit on? Are you currently in a deal right now? Are you looking to possibly find a deal? Is there anything that you feel like you need help with, whether it be finding a property manager, finding a lender, finding a realtor, finding contractors, trying to figure out maybe what type of loan you want to use, trying to figure out if you want to go the single family route, multifamily, you know, whatever the case may be. This is that time for that. If you don't feel like asking here within the group, within the chat, that's fine. You can hit me up in the DMs. You can shoot me a DM and ask me. But I would like you guys to ask on here, because if you have that question, I'm sure somebody else out there may have it as well. So it'd be kind of just good for me to kind of go over so everybody can see, everybody can hear. But like I said, it's completely up to you if you want to do that or not. So kind of before we go on, is there any questions? I'll give you guys a quick second if you have anything. If not, then we'll keep this show rolling. And if you guys been keeping up with me on social media, I've been posting a lot of my stuff I've been eating. I had to get rid of the Fiji. I've been on this stuff heavy, man. This is some good stuff. I actually had this a while ago, but I never really seen it at any of the stores that I was going to, but they had it up in the front at, what's that store called? Sprouts Farmers Market. It's kind of expensive. So for the case of this size, this is a 1 liter. Comes in like a 12 pack and it's like $30. So it comes out to like $2.50 per bottle, which kind of isn't bad for this. I mean, it's kind of expensive for water, depending on what kind of water you drink, but this is some really good stuff. And if you guys ever like follow any of those pages or channels that do like the water test, this is one of the best waters that you can get, besides getting the, I think it's called like Crankin or something like that. And that comes with like a whole setup and stuff like that. So as far as like water that's ready to drink that you can buy from stores, this is probably going to be the best one you can get. If you guys know of a better one than this, and not your personal opinion, but like the ones that they test and things like that, let me know. I'm always down to educate myself and get better with it. But from everything that I've seen, and then as far as like drinking wise taste, you know, it's funny because, you know, they say water doesn't have a taste, but if you drink some of that bottom feeder water, like the Dasani and all that other nasty stuff, then you definitely know water definitely has a taste. I have bought a case of this other water just trying it out, and it was horrible. It's so crazy how you can actually taste the difference in some of these waters. So I don't know if it has to do with maybe, you know, where they filter their waters at, or the type of plastic that they're using, or just maybe if it's a hot warehouse or not, all these different things. I don't know, but it comes in a glass bottle. I wish I was in one of the states to where you could actually get money for these bottles, but it is what it is. That's one of the big things I like about Europe, is you can get a lot of money for recycling out there. You know, it helps the environment and you get paid. It's almost like you get a free case of water for the most part if you recycle out there. So it's pretty dope. But it's the good stuff. All right, no real estate questions for me. Nobody has nothing, so we can go on. All right. So I did a class on getting auction property, and let me just kind of go from the start. So if you guys want to see the class I did a whole class on this website. It's called bidforassets.com. It's really easy to get a property. I got a few properties off of here. I did some quick flips, made some bread off of this. As you can see, they kind of got a few different things. You know, they got the county tax sales, sheriff foreclosures. I believe it's for like the Philadelphia area. Federal, state, local government sales, the U.S. Marshal Services, bank-owned properties. They got, you know, a few good things. A lot of the properties are kind of trash on here, so you really got to kind of do your own due diligence. Make sure, I would recommend to be in the area or have somebody that's like boots on the ground for you to kind of look. You can kind of break it up based on the type. If you're just looking for like land and things like that, you can do that. So like I said, I did a whole class. I'm not going to kind of go too much into depth on this, on how this website works, but go check out the class. So I want to show you guys this deal that I just happened across. That's a multifamily up in New York. So I didn't really go through a lot of these deals. I just kind of was going through it, and then I just did some research. So this one right here, 5 more days. So if any of you guys are from New York, does anybody know anything about Weed Sport, or if that's how you pronounce it, whatever it's called? If you know anything about this area, let me know. So I was just kind of looking at this. It has a minimum bid of 2,500. Let's see. The reserve has not been met yet. I'm curious what the reserve is. I'm sure it's probably going to be something up there, and you guys will kind of see why. But anyway, so when you go on bid for assets, they give you pretty good information. They give you the location. They'll give you sometimes it'll be a minimum bid, sometimes it will be, which is crazy because I don't know why they have the minimum bid. If there's a reserve that they have, they might as well just make that reserve the minimum bid price. So I don't know why they do that. And then you can kind of see what the source is, what the premium is. So 10%, meaning that that's a fee if you win the bid. It's going to cover the costs of the auction. So whatever your price is, 10% of that. It gives you like lot size, the number of beds and baths, and then it kind of gives you some more pictures. So as you guys can clearly see, it's a rundown property. It's definitely going to need a complete rehab, right? Everything is done. So this would probably be, a full project for someone. So this would be good for someone if you have people in the area, you already have contractors and stuff like that you already know you'll be able to work with. It definitely needs some repairs. Sometimes they'll have more information if there's anything due, if there's any like back taxes or things like that. So like I said, you'll have to do a lot of due diligence. Sometimes they'll have a lot of information, sometimes they won't. Like it says right here, if there's any liens or unpaid utility bills. So sometimes they'll have it on there. And then even sometimes if they do have information on here, you still got to do due diligence and make sure that stuff is correct. There's definitely ways, like I said, you can reach out to whatever county this is, get all that information you need. But like I said, all I did was I kind of went to Zillow and I want to get a better look and see. So Zillow has it at this estimate right here. So the thing about these estimates is they're not completely accurate. So a lot of people like to just go off of these. Don't do that. You'll have to do a lot more research, like do some comps in the area, see a building that's kind of similar, 5 beds, 3 baths around this square footage, and see what is sold for recently. We can kind of scroll down here and let's see if there's been anything that sold. So it sold earlier this year at the beginning of the year for $353,000. I'm curious who got that, and I'm curious to see now what their minimum reserve is, especially with it being on bid for assets, but I'm sure it's on all those other websites as well. I want to see if there's any. Sometimes Zillow will have homes that are nearby that sold recently, so you can kind of run comps off of that. Let's see, this one that just sold, 2 more beds and baths, that one just sold. So let's see if there's anything more on the bottom. They don't have anything else on there. So what I would do is I would reach out to a realtor in the area, try to get some comps for this area. Comps are just comparable. So meaning similar properties that have the same bed, same bath, same amount of square footage. It doesn't have to be exactly, but you want to find something that's about maybe 5 beds or 6 beds or maybe 4 beds around there. And then you want to find something that's at least, 3 baths, 4 baths, 2 baths, maybe. And then, you don't want to go anything under maybe 3,200 square feet and as high as 3,600 square feet. So you kind of want your numbers to be as close as you can to get the best comparable that you can get. So like this one, for instance, this one's a little too small, right? You're, 1,400 square feet. That's a lot when we're talking real estate wise. 1 less bath and then 1 less bed. So it's sold for 155,000. So it just kind of gives you a little general idea. You can kind of scroll through there. I think that other one, let's see, it was 7 beds. So 2 more beds, around a little more square footage, but it's way less than that other one. So like I said, you would have to do a lot more research and get with somebody that's kind of in the area so you can kind of get a better feel to see what this property could potentially be worth. And then you would also need to go through and see what all can be salvaged. Does this need to be a complete tear down and rebuild, or is the foundation looking pretty good? Like, is it stuff that you can work with and build on from there? So like I said, this could potentially be a good deal, but I don't know what the I don't know what the reserve is going to be. Since whoever got this, I don't know if it's in the county's hands, if this is someone, because the Bid for Assets website, you know, someone personally could go on, register and sell it. It could be the county possibly selling it. And when we look up on here, it says that it's foreclosed. So like I said, you'd have to do a lot more digging to kind of see, but this could potentially be a good deal. So like I said, I'm not too familiar with this area. I don't know if any of you guys live in this area and can tell me a little bit more about it. But something that we could do on here to kind of get an idea of what we could possibly be able to rent this for, right? Copy the address. You could either go to like apartments.com. You could even go on the Zillow, go into the rent side of the house and put in this, but I kind of like to go to Rentometer. It's actually rentometer.com. I just like to call it Rentometer. What you do is you put in the address, you highlight it. What was it? 5 beds, 3 baths, 5 beds, 1.5 more. And let's kind of analyze it and see what the rents are going for. Oh, I didn't put in anything. We'll just put, I don't know, it's in New York. We'll just put 1,500 and see what it's talking about. All right, I'm gonna have to get the version. So, because I always show you guys for example. So what we'll do is we'll go on here, we'll go to rent, houses for rent. You can do houses, apartments, whatever the case may be. There's nothing in that area. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go to apartments.com. I'll take the zip code, boom. And then if this is a 5-bed, 3-bath, I would assume, let's see if it tells us on here exactly what it is. If it says which one is which, let's see. Has 2 units, doesn't say 2.5 baths. So I'm assuming one's gonna be probably 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, and one might be 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. So just to play it safe, I'll do a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, just to kind of start from there, just to see. We'll go right here. We'll do a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, just to kind of get you always want to kind of start low and then you could work your way up from there. 2 beds, 2 beds, 3 beds, 1.5 bath. Let's see what this one, they want us to call. Let's see, let's go back. Syracuse. So I don't know. I would have to look on the map and see exactly how far Syracuse is from here. Let's see if we can see. Oh, Syracuse isn't too far out, but we want to find something that's close in this area that we can. So it's not looking like anything is really going in this area. So the next step that I would take is I would just reach out to a property manager in the area. So let me draw it all through here and see what we can find. The closest thing that we can find. All right, so there's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath going for about $1,750. So we got 2 units. You know, one of them you might be able to get a little bit more because it might be a 3-bed, 1.5 bath. So if you get $1,750 for one, you could potentially get maybe $1,900 for the other. So, you know, about 32 to 3,500 maybe what it could get if it was all fixed up. But that's just, like I said, just throwing rough numbers out, just doing guesstimate. You would, like I said, to get better numbers, I would get with a realtor in the area, and then I would also get with a property manager in the area, and then I would also kind of get more information on this. So like I said, I don't know if this would be a good deal because I don't know what the minimum bid is. So let's say if you could get this for you know, it definitely needs a lot of work. If you could get this for maybe 50,000 or less, you know, if it needs, you know, 100,000 to 150,000 in work, you know, if you're all in for 150 to 200,000, you still might be looking good for this. So like I said, you'll just need more research, kind of look at the street, look at the area, you know, just simple stuff, doing due diligence, kind of see, all right, that's not a bad house right there, whatever that is. So it actually, this place doesn't look bad. So if, you know, the thing is, when you find a lot of these properties on here, on that Bid for Assets website. And then if you go and look at, I'm just going to go to another one for an example. A lot of these properties are in crazy neighborhoods, and a lot of the neighborhoods are run down. So this is actually one of the better neighborhoods that I've seen. And I don't know how up to date this image is. Like I said, it could be from sometime this year, and I don't know how to find out, you know, how when the pictures were taken. I mean, it has 2023 down here, but I don't think that's when the picture was taken. So like I said, you don't know. So like I said, you would need someone to kind of go check it out for you. I've had property managers that I've never worked with. I've had them go out and look at properties for me. So I've just reached out to them and I said, hey, I'm looking at getting a property in your area. I'm thinking about using you guys as a potential property manager. Would anybody have the time to go out, take some pictures for me and do all that stuff? And one of them did for me. And one of the properties that I got was horrible. It was way worse than this. She was scared to walk through. She like had one of her friends go with her. And I think I even showed you guys the video in one of the classes that I did where she was kind of like giggling and laughing, kind of scared to go in. So, you know, some of these properties will be busted and run down, but you can potentially find a good deal. Or, you know, if you can get it for super cheap, you might be able to just list it. And if you can do a quick flip, you know, if you get 2,500, 5,000, 10,000, you know, 15,000, depending on what type of deal you get it at, and actually figuring out what this property is, because what people fail to realize is you're paying for the land in essence and what you can do with the land. So, you know, yeah, this property is beat up and ran down, but let's look and see, you know, what the houses are kind of selling for in this area. And what we'll do is we can go back and let's see, it won't show here. Hold on. If we go down towards the bottom, if we look at the map, where's that map at? There's a map on here. We go. So you can kind of see what houses are going for in the area. So it looks like there's a property that's 330,000 on here. Let's see if it pops up. 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. So you got a couple more bedrooms than this one does. And then it's about the same square footage and 1.5 more baths. Let's see. So you can, like I said, you can kind of get a good general idea of what properties are going for in the area. What I like to do is I like to find the houses on the block that are more in value. And then I kind of want to see, okay, why is that property so much more than the property that you're looking at, right? So it's like, if they're getting 330,000 for this one, why were they able to get 330,000? Or if there was one that was 400,000, let's say it had six beds, 4 baths, then you would, you know, would it be smart for you to look in to see how much it would cost for you to get an extra bed and an extra bath built to see if you can raise that value of that property? Would it make sense? Things like that. I actually helped somebody out with that. They got a property, and that's something that they're currently doing right now. They're currently in the process of a rehab. They're adding an extra bath. They have a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. Just them adding an extra bath is adding like 45 to 60,000 up in their value in that property, and it's only going to cost them about 15 to 20,000 to get it added. So and they're doing a few other upgrades. So the whole total process of upgrades that they're doing is about 20,000. It includes them adding a new bath. I think they're adding some new paint. They're changing the floor outs and doing something else to just get some more value for their property. So always look at that kind of stuff when you guys are looking around. Kind of look at the area, see if it's an up and coming area. Like I said, it's good to, you know, using this website is very easy. The whole process is very smooth. I was able to get a couple good deals. I got one deal that wasn't that good, and then the other couple that were good. So it all worked out. I ended up making more. Like I said, they got land on here. They got what else? They got, you know, art. You know, if you're into coins, whatever the case may be. If you guys know anything about this stuff, like I said, I don't know anything about art, so I wouldn't be able to know if any of that stuff is a good deal or not. They got memorabilia on here, you know, some Kobe stuff. A lot of people are kind of getting back into the card business. Let's see, 70,000 for this Jordan. I know we're kind of getting off a little bit. No reserve. Let's see. So yeah, So they got a bunch of different stuff on here. So you guys go on here, kind of play around. Like I said, depending on whatever you're into, they got, sheriff sales. They have, if you want to kind of see a little more, you can watch the video. They have the tax foreclosures and auctions. These listings are for August 4th, so they're not on here yet. Sometimes you'll see some of these properties be removed. So sometimes if people are like back on their taxes and they catch up, then they'll take these off of here. Or I've seen other times where, you might not know the case of why they take them on here. So it's worth definitely taking the time to play around and just kind of see what's on here. Like I said, it doesn't cost you anything to just go on here. You don't have to create an account. You're able to see everything that they have on here without you creating an account, but you can't start bidding and stuff like that until you create an account. And then they'll show you what their rules and the guidelines are. But like I said, I did a whole class for you guys, telling you guys exactly what you need to do, how to create an account, how to get them the funds, what happens after you win, how soon you got to pay, all that good stuff, all easy stuff. It's very simple. Let's see, $1 no reserve. Let's see what's on here. So like I said, depending on where you guys are at, Arkansas, Mississippi, Illinois, California. Let's see what Cali got going on here. So looks like Southern Cal. Let's see. Some guys came on here. We had Hive Mind come on here, and they did a whole class about buying land, how to become the bank, and how to get very creative with this stuff. So if you guys are familiar with any of these areas, and and if you know some stuff is going on or some things are being built, like I said, you want to get early, go check this stuff out, see what you might come up on. Like I said, it can't hurt. Like I said, they put a lot of good information on here for you guys to go through. Yeah, easy stuff. You guys have any questions on this website or any of this stuff at all? It's not complicated at all. And like I said, the class I did on this one was very, very a simple, straightforward class. Like I said, it's free to create an account. You don't have to pay anything to create an account or nothing like that. Let's see what else they got on here. Let's look at some commercial. If you guys are into commercial, they got commercial on here as well. What is this? Let's see. Looks like an old little town. Looks like it's for that whole entire lot. So like I said, yeah. All right, let's see. Justin said, I can't think of any questions right now. Currently just doing side hustles after work, trying to save for this down payment on my first property. Got a real estate agent who is also an investor. Yep, it's always good. That's one thing I highly recommend. If you guys are looking to kind of start your real estate journey, try to find realtors who are investors as well. Not saying that you won't find any good deals, or not saying that the realtor won't be good. It just kind of helps. But also, one thing that I am kind of skeptical about that is if they find a good deal, who's to say that they'll give it to you? So, you got to kind of take that as it is, right? So there's always good and bad to everything. So just kind of keep that in mind. But like I said, it just depends on what they got going on, and not all the time they have the funds or people that they can throw those deals out to. So you got to if you guys do work with those realtors who are investors as well, make sure you're serious and make sure you do close the deal with him, because once you close that deal with him and they know you're serious and you pull triggers, then they really enjoy working with you even more. They start to throw more deals your way. You can also ask them, how to get creative on different things, how, maybe they have hard money lenders that you can use, or they have people that they can connect you with, and they might be able to introduce you to their network. Maybe they have good contractors, or maybe they have a good property manager that they can recommend you, or all that good stuff. So just keep that stuff in mind. So let's see. West Chicago, East St. Louis, no thank you. Let's see what's on here. Close to Indiana State. They don't have any more pictures. What that? Let's see what this one's talking about. East St. Louis. It looked like a small, probably run downtown. Like I said, most of these buildings most of the buildings and properties that you'll find on this website are definitely going to need work. All the ones that I got all needed work. Oh, this is really on the outskirts. This is deep out there. It was an auto service spot before. All right. You guys got any questions for me? Anything, like I said, it could be real estate related, or just anything in general. Let me know before we wrap this thing up. Like I said, I'm gonna bring my guy Paul on for you guys. He said he wants to come back on and hook us up with another class. What are some things I should look for, or questions I should ask when I walk through a house for an inspection? So if you're walking through a house, like if it's just you by yourself and you're not actually getting a home inspection, it's, you know, the only person that you're going to be asking is you're going to be asking the realtor. And then so it's really going to be based on how knowledgeable that realtor is, because I had a realtor when we were doing a walkthrough, she wasn't very knowledgeable on what to really look for. So if you're actually doing a home inspection, you have a home inspector, then you just kind of want to be as much by their side as you can. So when my home inspector, when they go like under the house and up in the roof and all that, I don't do all that part with them. But when they're doing like looking at the electrical, looking at the plumbing, just kind of ask them like, okay, what are you looking at? Like when you're in the kitchen and they're looking under the sink, ask them, okay, what is it that you're looking for? Because what they're looking for is they're going to be looking to see if there's any type of leaks. They're going to kind of look and see if the plumbing is out of date. You know, you're going to want to check if there's a garbage disposal, if that's working properly. With the outlets, what they're checking is to make sure all the outlets are properly wired and working correctly, make sure they're not loose. If you're looking, you know, making sure that there's no wires hanging out anywhere. The AC, they should be checking to make sure the temperature is blowing out correctly like it should be, seeing how long it takes for the AC to kick on, how long it takes for the heat to work. So when you're walking with them and you see them looking at things and possibly taking notes, just kind of ask them, okay, what are you looking at down here when you're looking at this? Or when you go in the bathroom and they're looking at the ceiling of the bathtub and all that stuff, like, what are you looking at? Why? Like, what type of things can I look for or expect? You know, so those are just kind of some of the things you want to ask and be looking for. I highly recommend you guys do go with the home inspectors. I mean, you don't have to do it. They're still going to do their job. It's not like if you're there, they're going to do better, but maybe, you never know. But it's just good for you, just especially if it's going to be a property that you're going to buy, whether it be your personal residence or if it's going to be an investment property. You kind of want to know your property, right? You don't want to just rely on someone else doing the job. So you kind of want to be there. You know, you probably might not want to go to all of them if you start getting a bigger portfolio, or if you have properties in different states and things like that. Maybe you might not have the time, but then hopefully you're working with somebody that you trust, you know, that they're going to do a good job. You know, they're going to be thorough. They're going to give you a thorough report, because if you're not there, then you're trusting them to do their job the right way and to, you know, take it very serious. Did I ever wholesale? No, wholesaling is something I never got into. There's a lot of niches within real estate that I've never got into. The whole wholesaling thing, just for me personally, it just wasn't, it didn't attract me at all. It just wasn't something that interests me. Fixing and flipping never really interests me. The only thing, so what I do is I'm a turnkey investor. So I like to buy properties that if they need work, I mean, it's something very minor. I like to buy properties that already have tenants in them. I don't like to do any work or anything like that. I like to just have tenants already placed and then just kind of take everything over and kind of go from there. You ever use the first time homebuyers program, putting down 3.5%? So I never used any of the first time homebuyer programs, because when I first got into real estate, I didn't even know about first time homebuyer programs. I used the VA home loan for my very first property, so I didn't have to worry about putting any money down. But if I knew about first time homebuyer programs, you know, I don't even know if I would have went a different route. You know, I think about it a lot, but I don't even know if I would have went a different route, because it's hard to go away from using the VA home loan because you don't have to worry about putting any money down. So that's kind of a no-brainer. But there are a lot of states that have down payment assistance. So now if I happen to be in a state that offered down payment assistance, then that might be a different story, because then I might have saved my VA. In hindsight, you know, they've lifted the VA to where there really is no maximum anymore, because it used to be like 575,000 or something like that. I can't remember the exact number, but now it's up to like a little over $1 million. Obviously, you have to still have the income, you still have to have the proof of funds and all that stuff to be able to get a property that's that expensive. But like I said, I don't know what route I would have went, but I wish I would have knew about it, because a lot of Wealth Squad members have been using first-time homebuyer programs with down payment assistance on top of it. So, which is really dope. And it kind of makes me like doing these first-time homebuyer programs for you guys, showing the different states, just seeing, you know, what's out there. One, it helps me as well, because I don't live in all the states. I don't know all the, you know, programs that all these states offer, and then they also get new programs, they go away with programs. So it's dope to see what's out there. That way, if I do ever happen to move to certain states, you know, and they have these different programs, at least, hey, now I know. And then it's also helping you guys out as well. I don't make that much money for the full down payment. So what you would want to look at is something called NACA. Is a good program. What state do you live in, Ziggy, if you don't mind me asking? NACA is a great program, especially if you're just trying to get like a property for yourself. If you're not really so worried about the becoming a real estate investor side of it, if you're just looking to get your feet wet. Oh yeah, Virginia is great. One of our members just came on. He was I don't know if he was a Wealth Squad member of the month. Go check out my IG. It's the, hold on, I'll bring it up and show you which video it is. He's in the state of Virginia. He's a Wealth Squad member. He just he actually got paid $1,000 to close on his property. So maybe I can link you with him, so you guys can talk outside of you guys can kind of talk outside of the group. Let me see, where is he at? I don't know if this one. Yep, so it's the video that I posted on June 20th. So I'm wearing, let me see, go down, go to my Instagram, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Go to the 20th video down. My IG is NoTimeZone. So that's my IG. Go on there, check out that video, and then hold on, let me see if I can find his let me see if I can find his Wealth Squad. It's Young and Icy. So hit him up. He's a cool dude. I'm sure he won't mind helping you out. I'm pretty sure it's Virginia. I don't want to give you his info and he's not even in Virginia, but I'm pretty sure it was Virginia. Young and Icy. So that's his Young and Icy is his Wealth Squad name. Just shoot him a message. Say, hey man, I heard, you know, you got a property. Is there any way you can help me out? I believe his aunt is a realtor, so he might be able to plug you with his aunt. You know, she'll make money from the deal. She can help you out the same way she helped him out. He took a lot of the classes, used the information. She also helped him out, and he was able to get $1,000 on, he got a 2-bedroom, what was it? 2-bedroom, 1-bath. He got a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, and he plans on upgrading, or 2-bed, 1.5-bath is what he got. And so he's going to live, he's turning like the storage unit in the house into a bedroom that he's going to live in. He's going to rent out both the bedrooms, and then he's going to turn the half bath into a full bath. So each unit can have its own bathroom, so he can maximize and get the most rent that he can. That's the way how you guys do this stuff. That's how you do it. That's the way to get started. And he's almost going to be living rent free. So he's going to have to end up paying like $400 or something like that a month. But you live in Virginia, you know how the rent is out there. So that's crazy, being able to live somewhere only paying $400 a month. And then you have these other people that are helping paying down your mortgage, your taxes, your insurance. And then over time, when rent continues to increase, after he's made it his primary residence for 1 year, he can move out and he could probably get more creative and do other things with the house. He can use that income as proof of income for his next property, and so many good things. He gets the tax benefits, all that good stuff. So reach out to him. He's a cool dude. And I'm sure he won't mind hooking you up and helping you out, or at least giving you his aunt's info. Yeah. So if you do reach out to them, let me know. If that goes well, let me know. If not, reach back out to me. I did a first-time homebuyer program for the state of Virginia. So go back into the Wells Fargo University, go back, check out that class. A lot of good information. I can't really remember what all they offered, but it was good enough for him to get that house and actually make money on top of it. So you'll have to take some additional classes that the state of Virginia offers to qualify for all that. But yeah, they offer a lot of good stuff. So you'll be able to get into, they'll get you into something that you can afford. They're going to take, your income and all that good stuff and your debt to see what exactly you can afford. So. You guys got any other questions for me? Any questions at all? Like I said, it could be real estate related. It could be kind of off topic. It doesn't really matter. Yep, you're welcome. The house is going good. So the plans got approved through the county. So right now we're throwing a bunch of bids out there. So we have some contractors, but they end up, while we were waiting to get the plans approved, they end up getting hired onto a different deal that they're tied up on, and they don't have the time right now. So now we're kind of in a bidding war between contractors to get that going. So it's going cool. The person that I'm doing this deal with, they have 50 million other things going on. I got 50 million other things going on. So really for us, this is kind of like a side project. This isn't anything like where we're pressed on time or we kind of have a deadline. We've really just been kind of slow rolling it. I've been supposed to go up there and kind of help out a little bit, but I've been so busy doing a bunch of other stuff. But it's actually going really well. Like I said, plans got approved. They end up costing us like a little over 5,000. It was like $5,500 to the county. So the plans are good. So now we're just kind of in the phase where we're getting bids from different contractors and kind of seeing what route we want to go. So, but it's going smooth so far. And we're just going to end up making it, a duplex. So we're just going to make it a duplex, a fourplex. The lot size that we have, anything over a duplex just wouldn't have made sense. So we're going to do a duplex, which is going to be dope because we're going to have like 150,000 in equity right away, just based off of the area what duplexes are going for. The person that I'm working with, he deals a lot with like landscaping and concrete. So he deals a lot with contractors. So he kind of already has a general idea of cost wise for the contractors. He kind of has a good ballpark. And so kind of on the low end, we'll have about 130, and on a high end, we'll have about 180,000 in equity once the duplex is completely built. So we're going to be green right away. So it's really dope. And then we're just trying to figure out what we want to do, if we want to end up pulling that money out right away and doing something else, or if we just kind of want to sit on it and just kind of wait and see what the real estate thing is, what real estate is going to do in that area. So more to come on that, but it's going good. You guys got any other questions for me before we wrap this up? I got to go get this swimming tonight. I've been swimming about a mile, like 4 or 5 times a week. These swims are starting to get to me. I've been trying to go a little further. So I was swimming the other day and this old dude was watching me. So the thing about me is I love watching like tutorial videos and of all different kinds of things. But when it comes to like swimming and running, and when it comes to like athletic type stuff, in my mind, I still feel like I'm that young athlete that I used to be. And so I'll just go and do stuff. And so for the swimming, I know how to swim. I swam my whole life, but I've never been like on a swim team or taking swim lessons or nothing like that. But I'm a very strong swimmer, and I swim on a regular basis. So I'm just in there swimming. And then usually when there's other people in there, I'm competing with them, but they don't even know we're competing. So I'll kind of use other people, and I'll be blowing people out of the water, and they don't even know we racing. Like people, like it'd be old people, young people, guys, girl, I don't care who's in there. Like if you're in the water and you're in the lane next to me, we racing, whether if you know it or not. And so I kind of just use that as motivation. And so there was this old head that was in there, and he was just watching me, and I seen him watching me. So I'm swimming down and back, getting my laps in, and he was like, "You can't beat me in a race." I'm like, "What?" Like it just randomly came out of nowhere. He's like, "Yeah, you can't beat me." He was like, "Your technique is all wrong." He was like, "Your form is way off," right? And I'm like, "My form is off." I'm like, "Man, old man, this dude had to be probably like 70 something, right?" So I just kind of brushed him off, and I was like, "Yeah, okay." I was like, "Well, come get in the water." And so he wasn't getting in the water, so I'm still swimming and swimming. And then he was just kind of sitting down. And so he was like, "You ready to talk or what?" He was like, "Cause you seem like you have a little attitude." And I was like, "You came at me." I was like, "I don't even know, like, who are you? Like, I don't even know you. And you're talking about my form is off." And so he was like, "Well, so I guess he used to be a swim instructor." And so he's been a swim instructor for like 50 years. He's competed in like all these races and stuff. And so he's legit. He was showing me his phone, and he was showing me like him back in the day and stuff. And the dude really probably would have watched me in the pool, because he ended up getting in to show me how to properly swim. So the way how I swim, I don't really, for like, if I'm just going in to get some laps, I'm not really under the water. So I like to swim on top of the water. And that's not what he was talking about. He was talking about my breathing. So I guess like when you swim, you're supposed to breathe in, right? Obviously, you're not supposed to breathe in underwater. Duh, I knew that part. But so for me, I'm just breathing in and breathing out with my head above water, because I don't really spend much time with my head underwater. So he was telling me that when you swim, put your head in the water to breathe out in the water, and then turn your head real quick, do a quick breath in, and then breathe out, like in, like, and then out when your face goes in the water, right? So he showed me all this stuff, and then he was working with me, and it really improved my swimming, which is crazy. And so now what I need to do is I need to get some better technique for my running, because when I run, I just be running, but I feel like I'd be dying when I'd be out there running. I can run pretty good. I can run probably like a solid 5 to 7 miles before really needing to like take a break. And y'all know this Vegas heat ain't no joke. So even in the heat, I can run. It doesn't matter if it's indoor, outdoor. It's like, I don't know, after like 5 miles, like mentally, my legs just check out and my breathing just gets crazy. And I just feel like I start getting delusional and all that. So I usually kind of tap out at about 5 miles. But that's my next goal, is to kind of start studying my running. So there's it's called like a Las Vegas athletic club or something that I just found out. And it's kind of like one of them sports science things. And I literally randomly just found it on Monday. And I went in there, and I'm watching, and like these people were in there, like being like working on their jumping skills, working on like different people that run track and field, basketball players, like all different type of athletes were in there. And so I just kind of went there and talked to the dude, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm looking to kind of get better like at my running." So what they do is they have this, it's a treadmill that tracks like how your feet land. And so what it does is it helps you, like, one, get the proper type of shoes, and then they hook you up to the machine, do all that stuff. So I'm about to spend some money and try to see if I can get this this running stuff worked on, and see if I can get my running improved. But I've been trying this breathing technique, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard at first because it's not what I'm used to, but it definitely, I can already feel it helping my swimming and stuff. So if any of you guys are into swimming, running, or whatever, don't be afraid to go out and get some help on your technique, because it definitely helps. Because let me tell you, I definitely got humbled a little bit by that dude. So, but yeah, that was just random for y'all. But anyways, you guys got anything for me before we wrap this up? It's really some good water too. I'd be killing this thing. All right. You're taking swimming now? Yeah, it's fun. Swimming is good. I got a lot of back problems, so swimming helps me out a lot. And then I've had a couple surgeries in different areas, like shoulders and stuff like that. So swimming definitely helps with if you're like inflamed in a lot of areas. It's probably one of the best like core workouts. I don't know what your goals are if you're just looking to swim, but there's definitely a lot of good benefits. I would highly recommend getting some earplugs. You can get them for cheap from like Big Five or something like that. Get you some goggles and like a swim cap. That's pretty much all you need. I don't have a nose plug or nothing like that, but I don't know. I might get one and see how it goes. But the earplugs definitely are a must because water is just going to be all up in your ears. And sometimes I've went like 2 days with having water stuck in my ears, and that shit is annoying. So definitely, like I said, do that. If you're going to take it serious, it works. It might not work for you, but it's dope. I actually got my hookahs because I saw your Twitter post on one of my, yep. So golly, hookahs, and I'm very cheap when it comes to buying stuff. So hookahs are more on the expensive end on running shoes. When I was in Big Five, they had some on sale for like $80, some brand new ones. I should have scooped them up. They were the last one in my size. Colorway was kind of goofy, but I mean, you're running, so who really cares? So I'm mad. I kind of low key want to go back, but I know they're not there. But that's definitely gonna be my next investment is buying some good running shoes. And just like better running stuff, because I just run in shorts and, kind of just regular spandex, but I feel like I need to get better stuff. I also bike a lot. I need to get a better seat because them seats just be hurting. I don't know. I don't like all that. Thank you. You're welcome. If you do, let me know how it goes. Let me know how your swimming goes. Yep. Everyone I know that has them, they say it's well worth it. There's another brand too that's a little bit cheaper than those. And God, I can't even think of the name. If you go into like Big Five, they're literally right next to the hookah shoes. If you go like on the back wall where the running stuff is at, it's like the hookahs, like they have like a whole bunch of them. Then there's like one other brand, I can't think of the name of it, but they say that those are pretty well too if someone's kind of looking for something a little bit on the cheaper end. They're still like, I think they're like in that $100 price range, like the 100, like anywhere from 80 to 110 or something like that. But yeah, that's definitely my next investment for sure. I'll probably grab me some, maybe, I don't know, this weekend, maybe next weekend or something like that. We'll see how it goes. Because the shoes I'm running now, they ain't cutting it. They ain't getting the job done. All right, you guys got any last questions for me? Said we run through July quick, coming up. August is about to be here before you know it. Summer's about to be over. Fall's coming. I'm telling you, the New Year's coming up quick. Time is just, man, I don't know. Ever since COVID, time just been on ADHD. That thing has just been running. It's just been running super fast. I feel like every time I blink, we're in another month. It's crazy. But all right, y'all, since you guys don't have anything left for me, first and foremost, I just want to thank you guys for taking time out of your day to come to class. Those of you that ask questions and participate, I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys end up learning something new. Like I said, if you guys have any questions for me at all, you guys can reach out to me in the Well Squad. You guys can shoot me a DM. I'm always in there. I'm in there daily, checking my messages and stuff like that. If there's anything you guys need help with at all, like I said, please don't hesitate to reach out. That's what I'm here for. That's what you guys are here for, to get this knowledge and to get help. You guys have access to me. I know some of you guys reach out to me on social media. I don't really check my DMs on social media really at all. I just I'll post on social media. I'll kind of interact and stuff, but mainly my focus is, the Well Squad. My focus is for you guys, make sure you guys are good, connecting you guys with the right people, helping you guys out, and doing all that good stuff. So if you guys don't have anything left for me, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And like I always say, man, health is wealth. Don't wait till something is wrong before you guys start making your health a priority. It's a battle. It's an everyday battle. All the good stuff is bad. All the good stuff is bad, and all the good stuff, it tastes bad, but you know, you can find that stuff that you like. There's a good balance. So find that stuff that's good for you and it tastes good. It's definitely a battle, especially when we're surrounded by a bunch of quick and easy, right? If it's quick and easy, then chances are it's probably not good for you, right? It's quick and easy and cheap for a reason. You know, they always say it costs, you know, it's expensive to eat healthy, but when you put it in the perspective that what costs does your health come at, right? Does your health come at, can you put a price tag on your health? So just kind of think of it that way. And then, you know, something that I've noticed about eating healthier is that I'm not that hungry that often. Like I'll eat, you know, I'll start my day out eating some fruit and some veggies and stuff like that, maybe at like 8, 9 o'clock. And I honestly won't really get hungry until maybe 3, 4 in the afternoon. And then I'll, you know, make something else kind of light, something healthy. So I'm noticing that my eating is kind of going down. My cravings are slowly starting to go away, like my sugar cravings, all those other things that are unhealthy, like they're slowly kind of fade away. Feeling a lot more energized. So definitely I'm feeling great, feeling good, on top of everything else that I'm doing. So keep building those good habits for yourself. There's a guy I follow on TikTok. He's like 70, I think he's like 76 or something like that. The dude is in crazy, crazy good shape. He's still working out. He exercises like outside every day. He eats very healthy. You know, he promotes, you know, health is wealth and stuff all the time. And I love it. You know what I'm saying? We're all going to get there someday. Some people are in the 30s and 40s and can hardly move. It's like, you know, I'll go out and, you know, see people and it's like, they don't even have anything health-wise wrong with them except for the fact that they're lazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like we willingly poison ourselves. And I say we because, you know, that was me, you know, at some point, you know, alcohol, fast food. I mean, I lived off of fast food pretty much majority of the time I was in the military. It was quick, it was easy, I was always on the go. And I just didn't realize what I was really doing to myself. I never really took the time to kind of step back. I never really took the time to kind of change up my diet a little bit, try different things out. I always tell people, you don't have to fully, you know, do something forever, right? If you want to change your diet up and try something different, maybe give up. Maybe if you're into soda, maybe give it up for like a month. Or if you're into eating a lot of candy, like, man, candy was my weakness. Just try giving it up for a little bit. You don't have to necessarily give stuff up forever. Just try it out. See how your body reacts to it. My barber, I got him to give up candy. I told him just try it out for a month. And so he went a month and he said he still kind of dibble dabbles a little bit, but he said that he noticed like his energy was different. Like he used to have these headaches. They slowly started to go away. And I used to have a lot of headaches and stuff too. And I never really looked at my diet and stuff like that. So you know, health is definitely wealth, and you know, we'll all be on our different journey and program. I never think that anyone's going to do exactly how I do, just like there's people out there that do other things that I probably won't do. You just have to find a good balance for yourself, see what works for yourself, but don't wait until you have some type of health issue before you want to change, you know, your diet. It's like we're all grown. And it's like, I think we all kind of turn a blind eye to the bad things that we do in our life, right? We know what's bad, but we still choose to do them anyways. And we even pay to do a lot of this stuff. So when you think of it that way, it's like you're paying to poison yourself. Kind of think of it like that, kind of take a step back, do a little more research, and see what kind of works for you. But definitely don't wait until it's, you know, something is wrong, right? Yeah, we definitely take our health for granted until it's too late. I see it happen with a lot of my friends, a lot of family members, a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know people are going to do what they do at the end of the day, but if I can just keep preaching it and if I can help someone change or get out of a habit, then hey, I did my job, right? It only takes one to make a change. So what's your Instagram name? It's NoTimeZone is my @ on Instagram with 2 O's right there. But yep, so that's all I got for you guys for the night. Yeah, like I said, if you guys got any questions for me, please feel free to reach out. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, great rest of your week. We're only in Tuesday. So like I said, tomorrow's a new day, new opportunity. Let's get it.